It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it's marvelous because you're up with us. My name is Mark Daniel.
Good morning, I'm Tamika Cartwright.
It's Monday, everybody. It's Monday, January 20th. We are in the 20th week of January, and we're almost there, everybody, because, you know, January is the longest month of the year. We still in January.
We are.
Just count on that.
We
right?
are.
Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you had a nice, relaxing, restful weekend. Maybe you spent the weekend in the house. Maybe you went to the beach. Maybe you fellowship. Maybe you exercised. And maybe you just did nothing. What
Did nothing.
You had a part of the Do Nothing group?
A part of the Do Nothing group, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do nothing, you know?
A little bit of gardening, though,
Oh,
which is
there you
always
go.
nice, yeah.
There you go. You weren't a part of the contingency of the world freaking out over TikTok, right?
No, that's not me.
That was your children.
You probably.
Your son's probably messed it up. It ain't bad TikTok in the U.S. What am I going to do? Man, I see people losing their minds.
I
And
know.
so
What is going on
I
with
didn't
that?
know if it's, you know, TikTok is really a valuable tool or if it's just a social media crutch because, man, people were freaking out.
I know.
But don't worry, everybody. It's back. It's back. Trump say, hey, TikTok is back, everybody. Y'all can relax again. Y'all can download it on your phone. Y'all don't got to do Red Note and do all that stuff. TikTok is back, everybody. You can relax. You got TikTok on your phone?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
I know Godfrey got TikTok. He's here doing TikTok videos behind the scenes. But anyway, we hope you guys had a great weekend. We got a great week coming up. It's January 20th, and we just hope that you set your goals for this week and that you get to achieve all of them, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's goal setting time if you haven't set them already.
Yeah, buddy. Goals setting. I still saw from our fitness session on Friday with Coach. Coach. I've been walking holding my back all weekend, so I think that's enough workouts for the whole year, and that should last me until next year.
But you had so much energy, though.
Yeah, it finished. That's it. All done. But we're going to invite you to our next Grand Bahama Business Outlook. It is the 26th one happening on Thursday, February 13th in Grand Bahama, obviously, and it's under the theme Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. To find out more information and stay up to date on all the business outlooks, follow our Facebook page, Bahamas Business Outlook.
Right.
And we got a great show for you today. We're going to be getting an update from the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association, and the National Training Agency is here with some exciting news and updates.
Yep, and we also have the Junkanoo Committee is here to talk about Junior Junkanoo, which I'm really, really excited about. And we're going to be taking another look at financial goals with Mr. Gowan Bowe. Super exciting. But first, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy. Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather at sunrise. Got a cold front, a weak one, across the northwest Bahamas, just to the south of Grand Bahama, and across the central Bimini area, Bimini. And that's going to move slowly towards the southeast, just stall out sometime during the daytime. It would move into the central Bahamas, but you have a second front that should push through sometime late Wednesday into Thursday morning. They're going to bring some cloudy skies with a couple of showers and also some breezing dishes behind the second front that passes on Wednesday. Today, though, we're looking at cloudy skies, a bit breezy in the afternoon hours on the mild side, with a few showers, particularly with the northwest and parts of central Bahamas, partly sunny elsewhere, high temperature reaching 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we keep those cloudy skies on the cool side, with a few nighttime showers over the northwest Bahamas, few and breezy clouds over the central southeastern islands. You'll go down to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 87-78, in Jamaica 91-75, in Trinidad 87-73, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 80 and 68. Across North America, Atlanta 40 and 22, in Boston 24 and 14, in Miami 77-62, Dallas, Texas 33 and 20, and Toronto, Canada 14 and 08. As you away, those two cold fronts will bring about some cloudy skies, breezy conditions after the second cold front, with a couple of showers, not much, 10 to 20% chance of showers. The temperature daytime will be in the mid to upper 70s daytime, at nighttime in the mid to upper 60s. That but for up your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tammy.
Thanks, Godfrey. This morning, we are joined by Kishleen Smith, Deputy Co-Chair of the National Junkanoo Committee, and Ellery DeVoe, Senior Junkanoo Coordinator at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. And they're here to talk about Junior Junkanoo. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning. Yes.
I feel like we family now. I mean, I've interviewed you all so many times.
Yes.
We are done with Big Junkanoo. We are now on to Junior Junkanoo.
Well, we're done with Big Junkanoo on New Providence.
Okay.
But we have Junkanoo throughout the country.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you for clarifying that. Let me just congratulate you as well, both of you, on the Big Junkanoo here in New Providence. It was a wonderful, wonderful presentation. You did an excellent job. It was so nice to see you on. I felt like I learned so much more about Junkanoo having you on. All right, so Junior Junkanoo, tell us all about it. What is planned? Who wants to start?
Junior Junkanoo, yes. It'll be next week, Thursday.
Okay. Oh, next week already.
Week, next, the time is running out fast.
Okay.
Next week, Thursday at 6 o'clock, Bay Street.
Okay.
We look forward to seeing many of the major schools. I will also, let me thank the Junkanoo alumni because they also assisted with bringing some of the schools who were part of Junior Junkanoo from way back to now. Like for instance, you have C.I. Gibson, who's back. We have St. John's, who's coming out. We have C.R. Walker, who's coming. Well, they're back.
The government high school.
Yes, yes. So we have over 30 schools participating,
30
right?
schools, and it's from the little ones straight on up, right? So preschool straight on up.
One-on-one,
So
two-on-two, refresher for kids. It's a lot, and like I said, they're excited. The schools are excited and they're ready to go.
I can imagine. So it's next week, Thursday at 6 o'clock. Do we have to pay for this event? How does that work? Are there tickets being sold?
The tickets will be on sale Wednesday.
Okay, from where? Where do we get those from?
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture building, University Drive.
Okay, so it's not online?
No.
Okay, so we have to go there and pick up.
Yes.
And what's the price of the tickets?
It's starting at $5. You can't beat that with a stick.
Okay, all right. And it's Rawson Square and the full length? I mean, like, where do people usually sit for this event?
We're going to start from Charlotte Street to Rawson Square.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
And the beauty of Junior Junkanoo, which we want to make sure that the viewing public and also the participants and their parents are aware of, is that the parade begins at Charlotte Street and ends at East Street. And so for the preschool and primary school students, parents may collect their children at the foot of East Street and Bay Street. Usually what we will do is request the assistance of the Royal Bahamas Police Force to allow the buses of the preschool and primary school to be parked east of East Street on Bay Street proper, so that parents may collect them and they may be bused to wherever they need to depart. Now, the junior school, all age schools and high schools will traverse left on East Street, so that's north on East Street to Woods Rogers Wharf, and then south, or that would be west on Woods Rogers Wharf to back to the entry point. We want to make sure that the parade is a smooth flowing parade. That means no gaps, and that means acquiescing to the command of the Grand Marshal. When the Grand Marshal informs the groups or the schools that they are on the clock, we expect them to be aware after the order of entry, which Ellery will disclose momentarily, and that they have to be prepared to perform. This is a parade. It must flow. We cannot endure what we've endured on some parades where there are large gaps. There are 30 schools, which would mean that there will be a lot of schools participating, a lot of people, so we want it to flow smoothly.
Okay, and it starts at 6, so when do you anticipate that it would end?
We suspect about 12:30, thereabouts, 12:30, but the beauty of the National Junkanoo Committee is that we can announce the scores directly after our parades. I must pay homage to our members. My chair is Warren Andrew Pinder, our co-chair is Dr. Dwight Marshall, and we have a vast eligible, intelligent, astute committee. Kevin Pratt, who is our invigilator, who formulated an actual plan for us to be able to facilitate the parade, the score sheets, and also to be able to announce the scores. We have Stephen Bain, Charlene Reed. These are people that have worked with us tirelessly over the last few months with being able to manage a parade is something completely different. And then also too, we have a pool of very, very successful and seasoned Junkanoo who will become our junior Junkanoo judges, and they hear from every single Junkanoo group. And so there's no real horse in the race. They know the rules and particulars, no group paraphernalia, no school paraphernalia, no group affiliation, no school affiliation. When you are representing the National Junkanoo Committee, you remove yourself from any group affiliation and you focus on the task at hand. So we're looking forward to a very exciting Junior Junkanoo Parade next Thursday. We also have a member of the Department of Meteorology on our board. We will get the weather report to ensure that the weather is conducive pre, during, and after the parade for a successful parade.
Nice. So tell us, what is it that you look forward to, or what do you look for in the Junior Junkanoo Parade in terms of selecting a winner?
Well, Junior Junkanoo is a feeder system for the senior groups, and we want to ensure that the authenticity of Junkanoo is upheld. That is very, very important. As you may recall, when we were here the last time, we spoke about the inscription of UNESCO, and the fact that the UNESCO has inscribed Junkanoo, the Bahamas, as an intangible cultural heritage is a magnificent feat, and we're so, so proud of that. But also, with that inscription means that we have to maintain the actual integrity of the inscription. And so Junior Junkanoo, like I mentioned, is a feeder system, and we expect to see fringing and pasting. We expect to see pasting and not crafting. Now we know that the babies, the preschoolers and the primary schoolers may not be that inclined yet, but from the junior schools and the high schools, we expect to see something. We don't expect to see just art and, you know, just crafting. And I want to reiterate that because we as Junkanoos know exactly what I am talking about. Yes, so the essence of Junior Junkanoo is actually to teach the actual edifice of Junkanoo. I'm very proud that our Minister of Education has agreed to instill in these schools, actually implemented January 2025, a curriculum for Junkanoo. We know that some private schools have already done that, and we applaud them, and we applaud everybody. Junkanoo is ours. This is our culture. This is what we know, and we want to safeguard it for future generations.
So tell me a little bit about how the Junkanoo Committee supports the schools. Is there funding that's provided?
Yes.
And then I want to hear about these prizes as well. What do they win?
Oh, well, that we'll let them know. We'll let all the schools know at the end of the parade.
Okay.
But we need to also talk about the family islands. We have Junior Junkanoo on the family island as well. Grand Bahama, Abaco, Cat Island, Eleuthera, Exuma.
Yes.
Yeah, so they are excited as well. Right now we are working on Cat Island, well, Freeport, Grand Bahama. They also have a large number of schools that always participate in Junior Junkanoo as well. Yes. So it's always around 30 to 35 schools in Grand Bahama. So, you know, our focus is not just Nassau-centric.
Correct.
We have to encourage all the schools all around. Once they give us a call, say they want to be a part of Junior Junkanoo, we go down there and we support those schools.
Correct.
Awesome.
And what we've also, you asked about the senior groups. What I like is we had a call the other day with the island of Abaco, the Abacos, because Abacos have a lot of keys around it that are also participating. The senior groups on Abaco during our call recognized that some of the schools were either delinquent in some ways or needed some assistance. They volunteered right there on the call. Nice. Oh, where's the school located? Okay, because you know Abaco is one of our, I think it's the third largest or second largest island, apart from Andros, and then we have Grand Bahama. But Abaco, I thank you, Abaco groups, and even the groups that are on New Providence, the groups that are on Grand Bahama, the groups that are on Exuma, they are giving back to the children, and they are contributing to the actual performance and exhibition of Junkanoo, Junior Junkanoo on those islands, and we're so appreciative. Yes.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you all on again to talk about Junior Junkanoo. I'm so excited to see what's to come. Those kids always surprise you, right?
Yes, they do.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Be sure to check out Junior Junkanoo on Bay Street next week, Thursday at 6 p.m. Hope to see you there.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
From time immemorial, we have been hearing about Grand Bahama reaching its elusive potential. Well, we are finally heading in that direction.
Join us for the 26th Annual Grand Bahama Business Outlook, February 13th, under the theme, Prioritizing Inclusive, Sustainable Growth. Don't miss this networking opportunity. Register today at tclevents.com.
How important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Man, I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. 2 more miles.
What's Leno?
"50 years ago, we charted our own course by declaring independence and shaping the future of the Bahamas. Now we ask, did we make the right call? The Golden Anniversary Bahamian Independence Essays explores our triumphs, challenges, and untapped potential, calling every Bahamian to reflect and shape the next 50 years. Join the national conversation today.
Welcome back, everybody. With me now to discuss the success and plans of the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association are President Perry Newton and Treasurer Timothy Dames. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome back to Bahamas and Sunrise.
Good morning to you.
We talking tennis today. For those of us who don't know, what is lawn tennis?
Well, lawn tennis is basically tennis that was played on lawn. Right now, the majority of the surfaces that we play on in the Bahamas and most of our competitions are on the hard court and on clay court.
Right. So it was an actual lawn, it was grass, you had to mow it and clip it and water it and fertilize it, all of that?
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the good thing about tennis is you could play on any surface.
Right.
Now they have beach tennis where they play on the sand. And so, you know, it's a very versatile sport. You could go out in the grass, you know, like how we used to play bat and ball.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just knock the balls around.
And out of all the surfaces, which one is the most difficult? You look like you got an answer.
Lawn.
Yeah?
Lawn tennis.
So
which we don't have many. I think we have 1 or 2 courts here.
Right.
But one of the most famous things, the grass court is Wimbledon.
Ah, yes.
And as you very well know, Wimbledon is the premium of the tennis. And most players why to play at Wimbledon. So, in my opinion,
that's the most difficult. Well, yeah, that's good. I played a little bit of tennis back in the day. I think I only played on clay and a little bit on the hard court. I wasn't good on either, right? But what about some of the events that you guys have coming up?
Well, we're going to have a tournament this weekend. This is the first tournament of the year for us. It's our New Year's tournament. It's an under 14, under 16 tournament. and it really gets the ball rolling per se. And then following that, there's going to be a tournament in Grand Bahama, and immediately after that, we have two sets of teams that travel. So it's going to be 4 teams that's going to be traveling. Our boys under 16 Junior Davis Cup team, and the girls under 16 Billie Jean King Cup team. The thing about that particular team is we shocked the region last year. The region is made up of Caribbean and Central American teams, and the Bahamas Junior Davis Cup team, they won that competition. They won the regional competition, so we literally sent a shockwave through the whole region. And the thing about it is, it was 2 Caribbean countries that made it to the finals. So that was like a big deal. And then the girls in their event, they were in the semifinals, so that was really good. And we're hoping to be able to continue that success with that particular team. And then immediately following that, the next week we have a under 14 boys team and an under 14 girls team that'll be traveling to their World Juniors regional competition. And basically they're going to be traveling, one set of team, they're going to be going to Guatemala, and the next team is going to be going to the Dominican Republic.
Y'all got a busy year coming up, and a lot of successes, I'm hoping. I know that we got our players that represent, we got our coaches. Well, give us your take on the status of tennis right now in the country. We got a lot of young people playing. What's your view and how it's going to go this
We
year?
do have a lot of young people playing, but one of the challenges the BLT is faced with, and me as treasurer, is funding. Our vision and plan is to try to get a tennis court in the inner city. Okay, and that way we will attract and we'll find more of those gems there by taking a court right at their backyard, or where it won't get too difficult to travel, like to the tennis center, which is at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. So my vision as the treasurer is that we can have this happening not only here in New Providence, but also in the Family Islands. One of the most rewarding things for me, we had recently when we had the games where everybody came to Nassau. Man, that was awesome, and the enthusiasm. And that inspired me and the church and the chairman to look, say, you know what, let's get tennis to everybody. So that's the vision that I have in my 10 years treasurer, that more corporate companies and businesses could recognize that tennis isn't going nowhere. But we need finances to be able to continue the programs and everything else. And we're very optimistic about that.
Just tell us how tennis changes the life of a young person, let's say, coming into the structure, going through these tournaments. Just tell us how it impacts them.
Well, firstly, I'll say that it creates a sense of discipline, it creates a sense of pride, and it creates a sense of accomplishment. All right? Because it takes discipline to train, it takes discipline to stay dedicated. And what happens is, as you progress, it creates a sense of accomplishment. Like when you first started, you couldn't do something. Then all of a sudden, you're able to get the ball over the net. Then you're able to put the ball where you want it to go. Then, it's just that it just builds that self-motivation to keep on pushing. And the thing about tennis is it doesn't change the life solely of the child, but it changes the life of everybody that's involved with the child. And I can say that because that's why I'm here. I got involved with tennis, supporting my nephew. And he has impacted my life, my wife's life, and everybody else's life around us. And so, it's a positive, it has a positive impact on the community when you have persons who first generally want to see someone succeed, and then the support that it brings. Tennis is a family sport, and we try to gear it towards being a family sport. And when we get persons involved, we don't only get the child involved, we get the whole family involved. And that's what our goal is. And because it's a very positive, life-changing sport.
I want to go back to the issue of talking about funding. So you also need funding to go on these trips, to travel. Do you get corporate sponsorship? If people wanted to reach out to you guys and help, how do they do that?
Well, to answer your first question, yes, we do get corporate funding and financing, and anybody who wants to reach out to us is just contact the BLTA. We have a website.
Yes,
and
very easy, blta.net. My email is perry@blta.net. Very, very simple, less than 8 characters. As well as, you can reach us by phone. My cell phone is 437-2356. The good thing about me is I answer my phone 90% of the time. I don't know if you want to let them know. But I answer all the time. The thing is, we need funding for everything. Our executives, our volunteers, we're not paid. So everything that we do is put into improving the sport. One of the biggest challenges that we also have is maintaining our facility. Over time and just because of different situations, we have 4 playable courts, and we utilize 2 of our courts primarily for our play tennis program, which is our community-based program to get persons in. It's virtually free. We only have a registration fee of $1, and that's just to build something inside the kids, to say, okay, it's important to give, it's important to register, it's important to pay what needs to be paid. And our coaches are volunteers, everything is volunteers, and to make this happen, we have to train the coaches, which comes with an additional fee. And this year we're looking at a coach's education budget of about $15,000, and that'll train about maybe 20 coaches. And that's how it works.
And I think it's well worth it. Just remind us again of the upcoming tournament, the next one on the program, if people want to get involved and come and support.
That's the under 14 and under 16 New Year's tournament. It's going to be at the National Tennis Center. It begins this weekend. I think it's the 25th to the 27th. And it's a really good thing when you have the kids from the different islands come, especially because it gives them an opportunity to compete at a different level that they may not get on their island. Then we have a 3 tournament in Grand Bahama, and then we'll cap off this quarter with our Spring Classic tournament in May. Sorry, in March.
Y'all got a busy year coming up.
It doesn't stop. Tennis is one of those sports that goes year-round. Our season is from January to December and starts again in January.
January to January. Hey, and we applaud you for your successes so far. We've been following y'all since last year, traveling, all the players, all the coaches, all the support staff. We thank y'all for your work, and we look forward to the tournament happening this weekend.
Yes.
They coming by boat and playing from all islands.
Literally they do.
Thank y'all again for being on the show this morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all support the Lawn Tennis Association. See y'all on Saturday. They flying by boat and by play. Fly by boat, right? We'll be right back.
Unleash resilience. Secure the digital future. Navigate the evolving landscape of cyber threats. The future will be secured. Presenting the Alive Business Cybersecurity Conference. Securing the future. Navigating cyber challenges in business. Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Atlantis, Paradise Island. Register today. This is how we unleash resilience. This is how we create innovation. Together, let's secure the digital future.
In the Bahamas, we're connected by more than just our islands. Now we're connected by Sand Dollar. It moves with you across many digital wallets. It doesn't matter if you use Bank of the Bahamas, Cash and Go, Island Pay, Canoe, Mobile Assist, MoneyMax, Suncash, or Omni. Sand Dollar, one currency and many wallets. It's inclusive, convenient, secure, and uniquely Bahamian. Embrace the future. Available for everyone on all Bahamian digital wallet apps.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it's the mid-show, and you stuck with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
My name is Tamika Cartwright.
And we had a great first half of the show. They're glad that you sat with us and you tuned into our interviews. I had a good discussion with the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association.
Yes, I had a great discussion with the team from the Junk Canoe Committee. They were here to talk about junior junk canoe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Some people say junior junk canoe is more competitive and hype than the big people junk canoe.
Yes, you know why? Because you've got the kids that are all into it, and the parents are all into it too.
Oh yeah. Them parents, boy, they be out there, they marching on the stands, they there.
Yes,
It is
I'm
pretty
telling you,
exciting.
it is exciting, yeah.
I never did junior junk canoe, but maybe in a future life I'll come back.
Yeah, well, you can do it through your kids.
That's how it works.
Yes, through the kids.
That's how it works. That's how it works. And I appreciate talk with the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association.
Yes.
They are doing good things this year. Are you a tennis player? You ever played tennis?
No, I'm not. You know, when I was really, really little, you know, like how you did everything when you were little?
Yeah.
I did it at one point, but boy, the coordination off dead back.
Yeah, I played a little bit of tennis. I used to play on Paradise Island. And, it was fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't that good.
You weren't that good.
I wasn't that good. Not at all. But it was good. Appreciate running around and catching a sweat. So y'all make sure to support the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association. There's a tournament happening on Saturday, and we're bringing in players from all over the Bahamas, all over the country. So come and support your team, support your island, and support the association. They need
That's
it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we got great stuff coming up in our second half. We're going to be talking with the National Training Agency.
Yes, and we're going to be taking another look at our financial segment with Mr. Gowan Bow. But before that, let's take another look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tommy. Good morning, Bahamas. Your second look at weather at sunrise. Get a weak cold front over the northwest Bahamas, triggering off some cloudiness and a couple of showers. We have a second one. An area of low pressure will form in the Gulf of Mexico, move towards the northeast, and drag through another one sometime late Wednesday and Thursday. That's going to create some windy conditions across the islands over another couple of days. We'll look better by the weekend. In the marine forecast today, winds northerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, falling light and variable at times with northwest Bahamas, but southerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, behind that cold front, north and northeast at 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet in northwest and central Bahamas, northeast to east at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet, or the southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday, we have an advisory posted, winds northeast 20 to 25 knots, seas 6 to 9 feet northwest and central Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet over the southeastern islands. Your tides had a low tide at 6:09 this morning. Next high tide will be at 4 minutes past midday. Low again this evening at 6:26. Sunset 5:54 this evening, rising at 6:56. UV index 7. Your water temperature 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase now moving towards the last quarter. Your external look, expect some wet weather over the next couple of days across the islands. That second cold front will bring more showers than the first one that we're having now. Temperature daytime will be in the mid to upper 70s daytime, low to mid 60s at nighttime. That patrol the final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tommy.
Welcome back.
This morning, we're going to be talking about financial goals, and with me is Mr. Gowan Bowe, CEO at Fidelity Bank. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thanks, Mika. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So good to have you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about financial goals. But before we get into all the different questions that I have here, what is a financial goal? I mean, some people may think it's just putting $1 aside every week or going into an ASU. What is it? Help us understand that.
Well, when we think about giving ourselves purpose, right, we have to set what we use the term goal by saying, well, what is it that we want to achieve and over what time frame? The interesting part is, though, I don't think we have a difficulty in setting goals. We have a difficulty in achieving them.
That's right, maintaining them.
And it's Antoine de Saint-Exupéry that said a goal without a plan is just a wish. And that's our issue.
Yes.
Usually we set goals, but we don't set the plans behind them. So if we are looking to achieve the goals that we set, firstly, we have to be realistic in how many goals we set. Secondly, we have to be realistic in terms of how we're going to achieve them, knowing that there has to be sacrifice. And I think finally we have to appreciate that there needs to be discipline. So, you know, the term goal is not the one that we should focus on. Plan is the one that we really want to focus on.
It's the plan, yeah. And how do we do that? How do you do that? How do you plan?
You know, my wife will be the one who says I'm like the mechanic whose car is always broken because I certainly can lay it out and don't do it as formally as I should. And it's because I guess I have the sort of second nature. But really, I use IDP or IPD really, information. So when we're setting that up, we need to know what are our income streams, what are our expenses, what are our lifestyle patterns. We need to prioritize and we need to say, well, what is important? So is the gourmet coffee all that important, or is the rent, is the utilities, is child's education? Those things take greater priority. And then once we've prioritized, having discipline to say, well, if we've set this as being the ones that we want to achieve, and this is how we do so, we can't let any little stormy weather throw us off, because we know we get into a mood and we say, oh, it's a rough day, I need to have that coffee to pick me up.
Right.
Well, no, you don't. A glass of water will do the same thing.
Yeah. So tell us just why, you know, having those financial goals are important when we think about, you know, economic stability in our country.
You know, we talk about independence a lot, right? And it's sovereign independence, and as a country, we can write our own laws. But we have to ask ourselves, well, do we want to be solely saying that we can make our own choices? When we leave, we get to 18, we can vote. We say we can drink, we can do all these things. But if we don't have a job, if we don't have savings, if we're living at home, are we independent or are we dependent on something else? So financial goals and plans are important for us to have what I'm going to call that personal independence, that personal stability that says, yes, it is incremental. It isn't going to be all achieved at one time. But if we start very young, you know, we get lunch money when we're earlier on. We get allowances, we get compensation for doing chores, etc. If we start training our kids from very early on to say, well, put some aside, then it'll be amazing at what $1 a week accumulates into, what $10 a month accumulates into, what it all builds to, and then you're talking about now buying assets, whether it's land or investment securities, etc. But it's all really with the intention and purpose of saying, well, I want to be able to make my own choices because I don't owe anyone or I don't have to rely on anyone to fund it. And that's a difference between what I'm going to call interdependency, meaning that, yes, we live in a global society. Do I need customers? Yes, I do. But do I want to be dependent on someone favor and their benevolence, or do I want to be in a position of strength that says I am providing equal value and we are compensating one another?
Right. And I want to talk just about balance, right? Because I mean, you'd find Bahamians would say, you know, it's so expensive here, things are so expensive. How do we do that? And of course, maybe not just, you know, making minimum wage. How do we actually do it? How do we prioritize?
You know, it's a very simple word, and we don't like hearing it in the Bahamian society, and it's sacrifice. If we look at our forefathers, do we believe we have more today than they did, right? And I remember my grandparents. I even remember my parents. And the reality is that whilst inflation and the cost of living has increased over the years, our lifestyles and our expectations of what we should be entitled to have also changed. And we have to go back to, I'm going to say, the basic principles of an honest day's
pay for an honest day's work, meaning that if we say this is what we have and we live within our means, yes, there's going to be a period that you may say, well, I feel like I am working just for the man, if you want to call it that. Yeah. But if you start setting your goals and priorities and you live by them, you know, I think we believe 5 years is a long period of time. When I joined the accounting profession, I was said, you know, you need 5 years to get to a license. A license then opens doors for you to do other things. Okay. We need to start saying that, you know, 5 years for you to skill yourself, upskill yourself, maintain your professional development is not a lifetime. And if you continue to progress, then you have the opportunity to advance. And you want to move from just being an employee to being an owner. An owner doesn't mean 51% or having the whole storefront to yourself. If you have all but 0.1% of a company and that company is doing well and paying dividends, as you sleep, your money is working for you.
Yeah, and that sounds great.
Exactly. I know it sounds lofty, but you know, I look back and I'll say, ASU didn't come about by chance, right? Our forefathers realized that we lack discipline, and so what did they create? They created an instrument that said, by a trusting group, each of us throw, and what did they use the funds for? Development purposes, whether it was home development, whether it was education, whether it was for the advancement of what was taking place with their kids. We've lost that, right? So what do we prioritize now? We have to have the latest Android or iPhone device. We have to have the latest kicks. We have to have the latest in things to keep up with the Joneses. And the truth of the matter is, who are the Joneses?
Right, exactly, exactly. You know, and what you're saying, I mean, it's important, obviously, to save, but then it's important to, like I said earlier, just to be balanced because, you know, we don't want to sacrifice so much that we're not also enjoying ourselves, right? Sometimes you have people that, you know, they would save and save and save until retirement, and then it's, okay, now I can live my life. So tell us just a little bit about that before we wrap up.
Well, I think the main thing is saying that you're going to work hard either when you're young or when you're old. And you want to choose that you work hard when you have strength, health, and can do so. It's nothing that says you can't treat yourself from time to time, but I think it's putting into perspective what is treating yourself. So is jumping on a plane, spending money that you don't have treating yourself, or is it having a nice vacation time, visiting the lovely beaches that we have that are here, having picnic time, time with family, and saying, well, vacation is recreation. It isn't Walmart, it isn't Target, right? As Bahamians defined it, right? So the reality is that when we have the balance, yes, it is important that we don't sacrifice our own being. But I think sometimes we identify treating and success with certain luxury items, as opposed to the principle underlying it, right? To me, if you ask me, some may say, well, you're doing well, and so you'll say that. The greatest time I have is the time with family, right? That means no one around, and it doesn't need to be away. It can be as simple as at home and going out for breakfast or having lunch together. And so I think we need to say, well, what is it that is reward to ourselves? And we don't have to look at what the next person is doing to say that we must have equal reward. Our view must be, well, what makes you happy? And different things make us happy, and we need to get back to happy. Not luxury.
I like that. I like that. Happy, not luxury. It's been such a pleasure having you on.
Thanks, always.
Always so informative, so insightful. You've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Be sure to save, even if it's just $1 a day. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things, little thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right into the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Grand Bahamians in particular, although I would invite all Bahamians to get involved in the development and the opportunities that exist in Grand Bahama. Grand Bahamians in particular need to come to sessions like this to hear about all of the new opportunities that exist.
Join us for the 26th annual Grand Bahama Business Outlook. Don't miss this networking opportunity. Register today at tclevents.com.
Welcome back. The National Training Agency is a competency-based system that offers flexible, workplace-responsive training and job placement through a network of institutions and programs that supply qualified labor throughout the Bahamas. With me now are Agatha Marcel, she is the chairman, and we have Bridget Ferguson, executive director. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good
It's good to be
morning.
here.
Good morning, ladies. Happy
to
to
be
have you
here.
here in the studio. We always love when the National Training
Thank
Agency
you.
is here. I always feel like I got to upskill when you guys come around, right? So let's jump right in. What are some of the new initiatives that the agency is planning?
This year marks our 13th year as a agency, and the next level that we're going to, because we figure we have established the first level, and that is providing the basic work preparation, job readiness training and placement of our category of trainees that we deal with. And secondly, the preparation of leaders via our Institute of Leadership and Management training program. So there are two things in particular we are going to do this year. Number one, we have organized an NTA Foundation, and we have opened that up to the public so that people can donate for the further training of our young people and not worry about where the money is going that they donate, because it'll be going to the foundation. All of the legal paperwork have been done for it, and it's only a matter of registering it now. So to me, that's a great big deal, because it's almost like a setting up a savings account for the agency to make sure it goes forward. We then want to do something that's going to be valuable to the workplace. That is the production of national vocational qualifications. Yes, those are workplace-based qualifications, not academic. So they will showcase, in effect, what trainees can actually do. And we want employers to know that that's a huge deal, but we need their complete buy-in, because they're the ones who are going to have to accept it. So we are going to be on a very intense PR journey. To help us do that, you have to do that with capable people, with competent people, with skilled people in the area that where we work, because there are a lot of skilled people who really don't know, they don't understand. So to do that, we have been extremely fortunate in being able to persuade a person that I honestly think, in terms of competency, in brain power, and passion, and understanding of this National Training Agency effort.
Who are we talking about here?
Oh boy.
Who are we talking about here?
Oh,
Sound like
boy.
you got an announcement.
I can't wait to say it. This lady on my right, Mrs. Bridget Ferguson, is the person that I know will take forward all the things I just described to you. And it took a lot to find the right person in the agency. And it was easy for her because she started out with us. Not only as a support, but also as a training provider.
So she's in as our new executive director.
She is in as new executive director, and she's going to tell you all about herself and whatever she wants to tell
I want to know all your business.
That's okay. But I must say from the outset,
yes,
the executive chair did not have much persuading to do because I was sold from day one. From the first day I was approached, I was sold. I was sold on the mandate. I was sold on the vision. And I have walked in tandem with the agency from then to now that I'm sitting in this chair. As our executive chair has said, we have established a strong brand. And we are in the process of strengthening that brand and strengthening our partnerships. Because the reason we get out of bed every day is to strengthen our workforce. And we do know we have a category of worker who might have been deemed unemployable, undereducated, underskilled. And they're our target audience, and we are going with them. We have already gone, we've always gone with passion, but we want to roll out new disciplines for certification. The NVQs will demonstrate to the market that our learners know what they know and could produce, because it's all tactile, it's hands-based, with the theoretical woven in. So we begin our mandatory workforce preparatory skills building with 4 weeks of soft skills, communication, team building, conflict management, and we know that there's a need for all of those and more. Governance, why is it necessary to have policies and procedures in the workplace? Because we're talking about order and helping you bring your best self every day. Our chair also mentioned the ILM, Institute of Leadership and Management, for another level of training opportunity for supervisors and management. Because as our chair said, excellence is hard work. And we work at it every day. We do not rest on our laurels.
It's one thing whenever you guys come in, I always feel like, man, I need to better myself. You guys do such a great job, as you say, as training and persons getting them ready for the workforce. As you step into this role and you're looking forward over the next year and over the future of the National Training Agency, what's on your punch list of things you want to get accomplished?
Strengthening partnerships. Collaborating with our industry partners to ensure that we are preparing a workforce that meets their needs. Not what we think it needs, but what actually meets their needs. So, case in point, just last week, we had a room full of industry partners, unionists, other organizations who spoke directly to some of the gaps, some of their needs, some needs that are trending, some that are anticipated. So this week, we are furthering those discussions. They will be in-house, and we are going to map out with them. We have an office on Grand Bahama, we have office in Exuma, we have a resource center in Cat Island, and we are hoping to expand that base. So we have lots of collaborative opportunities, and we're just looking forward to working together to strengthen this amazing workforce. I feel that what our learners need is simply an opportunity to upskill, to reskill, to build confidence, because we have the talent. And some of them don't even realize the depth of their talent because they possess it. We must pull it out of them and build their confidence every day. That's why we do what we do. And as I just said, we don't want to be important. We want to do important work. And we do that every day. I think you can tell. I'm really
I can tell you're excited and you're ready for the task at hand.
We're ready.
We're ready. For those who may not know you and will be working with you in the upcoming year and years, just what's one thing you would like people to know about you and your leadership going forward?
I am passionate about service. I lead by example. Just the other day, the team members will tell you that I was outside pulling weed and raking weeds because it is important from the minute you hit our brand for you to feel the strength of our presence. So our brand must be strong, and I must represent a very strong brand. I must be believable in everything I think, say, and do. So accountability, transparency, accountability, and empowerment. Empowering the team to do. Holding myself and them accountable and being very transparent about what we do. So that's my core message.
I love it. I love it. And before we wrap up, if persons want to find out more about the National Training Agency, the programs you have coming up, if they want to support the fund and the foundation, how do they get more information?
That beautiful blue building on Gladstone and Munnings Drive, with that lovely National Training Agency sign, you cannot miss us.
Yes.
We are there. We are there. And I will give you my personal cell phone.
Go for it.
813-6077. We want to see you in the place. Just show up.
Yeah.
Just show up. Monday to Friday.
And you'll be
show
there
up.
as our new executive director. And we're so excited about all the great things that are going to be happening over the upcoming year and celebrating all of the successes of the National Training Agency, all of the trained persons, all of the elevation that's happening in the workforce. And we look forward to everything we get.
Do I have a nanosecond to add something else?
Nano!
A nanosecond. We have a pristine meeting space.
Yeah.
We can host your conferences, your meetings. We have tutorial rooms that are fully equipped with AV and media. So we can meet your need there as well.
Oh yeah, I've been there at a couple of conferences and parties as well. So it is a great space. And again, we want to thank y'all for coming on the show. Looking forward to great things for you over the upcoming year. And
Thank you.
We'll look out for this wonderful elevation that's happening in our workforce. Thank you again so much for being here.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. Support the National Training Agency. Y'all just write that big check and throw it right into the foundation. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
And that's going to do it for us today on Bahamas at Sunrise. Wrapping up another marvelous Monday, kicking off your week the best way possible. We hope you enjoyed the discussion today. Tommy.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but hey, what are we doing this week?
Boy, what are we doing, huh?
Junior John Canoe, that's this week.
We're prepping up for it for next week.
all right.
We're getting hyped.
Oh, dipsing. Hey, look at our crew here. They still doing the dips from Coach from Bull Fitness. I still mash up. But follow my journey. I go on my summer body program starts. Six pack. I have a 1-pack.
A 1-pack.
A rounded 1-pack.
I have a no pack.
Y'all have a great week, everybody. It's going to be a little cold this week, so stay dry, stay warm. Make sure you get your kids to school safely. Take your time on the road and be kind, everybody. And remember, TikTok is back. Don't fail. See you on Friday.
Play tennis too?
What are you going?